How's it going, guys, and welcome to an EDC update. I haven't done one of these in a real long time, and I just thought it'd be fun to sit down, show you some stuff that I'm carrying, show you some stuff that I'm testing out, and some of this is tried and true classics, some of this is new stuff, and we're out in nature, so we got a crow going off somewhere, we got some rain noises, but we're just gonna run with it. We're just gonna make this thing happen, and I'll show you guys what I've been carrying. We'll kick it off with the big dog, and that is the pocket knife that's been in my pocket a lot lately, probably to no one's surprise, and that is the Civivi Yonder. So this is my design with Civivi 14C 28N blade. This one has micarta handles. It comes in wood, it comes in G10. It's a really great little knife. I've really been loving it. And I don't think it's great just because I made it. A lot of you guys have told me the same thing, so I'm very grateful for all the feedback and all the information. Anthony Awaken just had a really cool video up on his channel about the Yonder. You guys go check it out. I'll have a link down in the description. Now, with this, if you saw the video title, I did actually lose a Yonder, and more importantly, I lost the prototype Yonder, which really stings. My dad's 60th birthday was just recently. I was headed down to southern Utah on the road, and at a gas station somewhere, I lost my prototype Yonder, which seems fitting because it was at a gas station, it was on a road trip, and it was on the I-15 corridor, all things that I am on all the time. But that being said, I actually didn't carry Yonder for like probably 2 months in my pocket because I was so devastated about losing it. I haven't lost a knife in probably 10 years. And of course, I had to lose what was probably one of the most just significantly important knives that I have. So if you're in Utah and you're along the I-15 corridor and you find it, congratulations. Or maybe let me know, I don't know. But anyways, the Civivi Yonder, absolutely love this thing, great little knife. Huge news for the Yonder, it just got picked up at Walmart. So there's a really good chance you could pick up a Yonder at a Walmart near you, like at your local Walmart. It also got picked up with the baby banter that Ben did. So if you go over to Instagram, me and Ben are doing a huge giveaway. I'll have some links down in the description. And you can enter to win the giveaway. All you got to do is go take a picture of the Yonder and the baby banter together in your Walmart, and you're entered to win. You don't even have to buy anything. So yeah, Civivi Yonder. Digging that a lot. Now, one thing that I don't think I've ever really featured on the channel, talked about maybe a little bit, of some of the watches that I wear. And I'm not a watch guy at all. I've got like 3 watches. I don't know anything about watches. But that being said, this little Casio has garnered more attention in videos than probably any other watch I've ever worn. And so I started doing some research on it, and it turns out, and it's the Casio. This is how much not a watch guy I am. This is the Casio AE1200WH. And apparently, this thing is like the cult Casio to have. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I don't think I paid more than $50. And I have taken this thing everywhere. I work construction stuff in it. I go swimming with it. You name it, I've done everything in this watch, and it just keeps going. And as I did more research on the thing, it turns out there's like a huge community around like modifying it and all these other cool things. Like you can change the colors in the glass and all sorts of rad stuff. So I might have to get into modifying it, or maybe send it over to one of the modders and just have it done. But either way, great. This Casio is a great little watch. And the reason that I only have a couple watches is because I just like to tell the time, and I don't really care too much. Some stopwatches and stuff, timers, that stuff's useful. Because I don't like to use my phone for everything. And I was actually testing out an Apple Watch for a good stretch of time, but the Apple Watch just kept kind of falling short on what my exact needs were. I still think the Apple Watch could be a really great way for most people to disconnect from their phones a bit, but I just found it really limiting for the things that I needed to do. I'm still trying it out. I'm still trying to use it. Still trying to figure out how to best use the Apple Watch. But right now, analog watch. But that being said, 2 things that I've been testing, that have been in my pocket or in my kit recently, have been the Brick and most recently the Bloom. Now, these 2 devices are a huge part of some research and a video that I'm trying to get together on our phones, the effects they have on us and how to better use them as tools. Because let's be honest, cell phones, social media, all of this stuff, even YouTube, right, it's becoming a problem, I think, for a lot of individuals and a lot of communities. I've only had a cell phone for about 7 years now, and that's like not just a smartphone, like a cell phone at all, I've only had for about 7 years now. And even I see myself getting this creep where I'm like, I'm spending a lot of time on this thing for no reason, just getting distracted. So I started doing some research, and I first picked up the Brick. So basically, both of these devices are very similar. They have an app on your phone. You can go in, you can set up different profiles, and you can pick a profile. You tap the device, and when you tap the device, it locks whatever you want it to lock on your phone through the profile that you've set up. So you can set up different profiles for different types of ways to lock your phone. So do you want access to Instagram but not TikTok? Do you want access to no social media but your internet browser? Do you want access to none of that stuff? Do you want to just be able to receive text calls and have a couple of their functions on your phone? you can set those up with these. So I started with the brick. Really, really love the brick, especially for at-home use. The brick's amazing because it's got a magnet on the back, and you can just put it on the fridge. If you want to sit down and watch a movie and maybe you're expecting an important call or text or whatever it may be, you can put this on the fridge, tap your phone to the brick, go sit down, and during the movie, if you do the thing that I think most of us do where you go to reach for your phone to distract yourself, you're going to be locked out. You can't do anything about it. I think that you only have like one emergency unlock a month or something like that. And so chances are you're going to be locked out. And it just helps you focus. It helps you be present. It's really rad. And it's not on your body. It's not like a keychain, which I feel like would be so easy just to tap on tap, tap on tap, right? So the brick was really great for that. But I'm on the road a lot. And being on the road a lot, the brick had to go into a piece of kit. I didn't always have it on my person when I maybe wanted to lock the phone. And so that's when I discovered Bloom. So this goes in my wallet, and I can put it in the wallet and tap it whenever I want. Now, the cool thing is it goes in the back of my wallet and in my pants. And so I can't just tap the top of my wallet to have it do its job. I actually have to pull it out and tap it to unlock or lock the phone. So it's with me, but it's not super convenient. And I'm just now testing out the Bloom, but I'm finding it really, really rad. And so yeah, two great devices that can really help limit your phone time if you find yourself getting distracted about that. Now, on the note of being on the road, I'm always on the road. And that brings us to the sponsor of this video, and that is Huckberry. So always being on the road, I'm always looking for different ways to optimize the time that I'm on the road, to be able to pack less, to be able to be more efficient, all of those things. And Huckberry has a line of clothing on their website called Proof. And I'm actually wearing the Proof 72-hour polo. Also, I've got Proof 72-hour pants, and I got this really rad Proof 72-hour like sun shirt. It's not, it's long sleeve, and it's got a hood, but it's kind of like a sun shirt, which is great for the desert. Now, here's the thing. It's made out of merino wool from Australia and New Zealand, which if you know anything about merino wool, that is the best way to source it. It's the best stuff there is. And it's called 72 hours, which means you're supposed to be able to wear it for 72 hours and it shouldn't show signs of wear, meaning it shouldn't be stinky. Now, I'm not really a smelly guy to begin with, so I usually pack pretty light. But this last weekend, I had a great opportunity to test these things out because I was moving my mom from Utah up to Colorado. And Utah, it was like, I think it was like 95 degrees. I'm in the back of a moving truck. I mean, I'm just sweating to death, right? And I left on a Friday. I got back on a Sunday. I loaded the truck, did all the driving, and unloaded the truck in this shirt that I'm wearing right here. I still haven't washed it, and I know there's not smell vision on YouTube, but it still smells good. So huge shout out to Huckberry and Proof. This 72-hour stuff is absolutely amazing. Huckberry is a one-stop men's shop for everything that you need, adventure, EDC, gear, you name it, they've got it. They also make incredible content on YouTube. So thank you, Huckberry, for sponsoring this, and thank you, Proof, for making such amazing stuff, because this really is changing up the way that I think about travel. I mean, you could pack a bag. If you're not, if you're not somebody who smells a lot, you could pack a very light bag for a full weekend and be just good with what you got. So yeah, check out Proof, check out Huckberry, links down in the description. Now, being on the road and just being active and kind of being the guy in my friend and family group that's known to fix things and knows how to fix things, I always have a few tools on me. And like I always say, carry what you need what you carry. That's just the fact. What I carry doesn't mean it's going to work for you, and what you carry doesn't mean it's going to work for me. And I have been, for probably the last 2 years, pretty locked in to what I'm carrying. So you guys have seen some of this stuff before, and I'll even remove stuff, because this is, I like to share with you guys. So I'll even remove stuff from time to time and find that I'm like really missing it. And so over the last month or so, I've been paying attention to how much I've really used the tools that are in my pack. And yeah, so I'll give you guys kind of the rundown on that. So we'll kick things off first with the tried and true classic. If you have ever seen anything from me about anything in my pocket, you guys know. Fenix E12 Flashlight. It's got 3 brightness settings. I don't know if that blinded you or not, and then I have my patented hair tie on it. So the Fenix E12 runs on a AA battery, so it runs on a standardized battery. Again, being on the road, I don't have to worry about being able to charge it or not charge it. It has 3 settings. It's nice and small. It makes a really nice fist pack in my hand, which is good if you need something like that. And then of course the hair tie on the outside. So the hair tie on the outside is useful for a lot of things. the two things that I find useful for the most is, you know, if I'm hanging out with with a lady and she needs a hair tie, you look like a hero. That doesn't happen all the time, but you know, like I've got a wife, I've got a daughter, I've got a mom, I've got sisters. It does happen. It does happen pretty often, actually. But the other thing that I use that hair tie for the most is to be able to lock this onto my glasses, and then this becomes a headlamp if I need to work hands-free in the evenings or whatever if I'm working on something. Now again, I'll just go grab a headlamp if I'm home, but I'm on the road a lot, so I find this really useful. So Fenix E12. If you think you have something that will beat the Fenix E12, I want to hear what it is, and I will definitely give it a shot, because that E12 has been in my pocket for probably 5 years now. I freaking love that thing. It's not the original one, but that model has been. Now, to carry around some of these tools that I've been talking about, I use the Hitch in Timber EDC pouch. This thing is absolutely amazing. You've got two organizers up front, you've got a zip down the middle, and then you have a pouch in the back. And I've kind of set this up in different ways. Currently, I've got a multi-tool, a pen, I've got a tool, and a lighter on the back there. Now, inside I keep all of my cards, including my new Bloom card, and I keep a little tape measure. So that's what I carry with this. I have tried every single type of pocket pouch out there, and this by far has been the best one that I have found. It really has. And I think this is my second or third one, because they do wear out over time, especially if you're hard on them like I am. Now, for the inside of that, I had mentioned a little tape measure. So I got this little titanium tape measure. I cannot remember the brand. I'll have a link down in the description for it. And dude, this thing's been great. When I first got it, it was coming apart a lot, so I knew I didn't need to ever take it apart again, because if you've ever taken a tape measure apart, you know that they're a nightmare. So there's no repairing this thing. So I took just a dab of red Loctite in that center bolt there, put that in, locked it in, and haven't had any problems since. Now, the reason that I carry tape measure is because I'm at hardware stores all the time. I'm buying this and that. I'm buying bits of hardware. You know, if you've ever bought a 2x4, you know a 2x4 is not really a 2x4. It's like a 1.5 by 3.5. And that goes for a lot of things that when you're reading measurements that are maybe not quite right. So I use this thing really often. I would say in the last month, kind of been keeping a tally. I think I've used this thing at least 4 times a week in the last month. So that's why it sits in the wallet. It's titanium, it's really light, and I think it goes up to about 3 feet, but really it's about 32, 34 inches because you don't want to extend it too far. Super, super useful little tape measure that I keep in that EDC pouch. Also in that EDC pouch, I keep my Victorinox Compact, tried and true. So I finally lost the toothpick. It finally happened after all these years. So I got to get a new toothpick in there. This one has been modified by me. I built these micarta scales, and so these are micarta scales that I made. I got a video on it here on the channel. And I modded in a Phillips head screwdriver and replaced the parcel hook with a Phillips head screwdriver. So I absolutely love the Compact. I mean, it has everything that I need, nothing I don't. It's got the corkscrew, which I don't need, but the corkscrew holds this little screwdriver. This is super useful for different electronics, or it's super useful for my glasses, all sorts of little things that little screwdriver is used for. I use it quite often. And then also, one cool thing with the Compact, let's see if I can get it out, is it has this little metal pin. Now you can see mine is pretty messed up. That is because I use it for all sorts of weird things. I actually had a flip-flop fail on me one time, and it was the only shoes that I had on, and I had to walk like another, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile, not quite a mile, but I had a flip-flop fall apart, so I took this, I stuck it through the bottom, I put the flip-flop through the hole again, I stuck this through the bottom, and I literally walked all the way back to the hotel with this thing holding my flip-flop together. So it does a lot of stuff. It'll pull SIM cards, it'll reset routers, all sorts of little button stuff, which is really useful, but then also it'll pick out slivers, and this is a great sliver kit because it also has a pair of tweezers in it as well. So great for pulling out slivers or things of that nature if you find yourself working with wood a lot. And it's just got a lot, you know, it's got a blade, it's got scissors, it's got a pry bar, a pry feature to it. Ply, pry, and cut are kind of like the things that I want to be able to do with my EDC, and this little Compact has been amazing. Now I will say, after the few years, I think it's been 3 years since I built these little micarta scales. After the last 3 years, these scales are starting to give out on me. They're having a hard time staying adhered, and as I try to like re-glue them, I'm worried I'm gonna like glue in my little tools. So maybe time to figure out a different scale solution. But absolutely love it. Now, something that's not necessarily new, because I always carry a pen, but a pen that is new to me as of Blade Show in June is this titanium Big Idea Design twist pen, this little EDC pen. This thing is amazing. I have carried probably every type of EDC pen from Big Idea Designs. I'm good buddies with them. They've sent over stuff. I've tried stuff. I've bought stuff, the whole thing. And I don't know what it is about this one in particular. It's light. It's grippy. It's one of those things. It just scratches the right itch. And so yeah, this is by far my favorite EDC pen from Big Idea Designs for my uses, right? Because I need to be able to put in that little hitch and timber. And absolutely love it. Love the lanyard on the end because when it goes into my kit here, as you can see, the lanyard extends, so it's easy to grab in my pocket or, just to grab if I pull it out. But either way, this little titanium pen, I'll have a link down in the description for it. This is hands down my favorite Big Idea Design pen. They do the best pens in the game. That's just all there is. Big Idea Design's absolutely amazing. Now, in the back of my pouch, so in this big part right here, I do carry a set of Knipex Pliers, and they're just the little small ones. I think these are like the 4-inch. Actually, I can tell you right now, guys, I have a tape measure. Let me measure it really quick. 5-inch. These are the 5-inch Knipex Pliers, and these are just great pliers. When we're talking about, being able to use things or not, I mean, you can see that right there. While we were moving my mom, I actually, my brother, used these to remove the water lines on her washer. So very, very useful, and very small but very mighty set of pliers, which are really cool. And in the last month, I think that I've used these 3 times a week. So again, I just use them a lot, use them for a lot of different things. They're just really handy. Even if I'm home and I'm working on something, this kit in my pocket, if I'm like already in something and I'm like, I need this other thing and I don't want to go out to the garage, I'll just pull out the tools in my pocket and then bada bing, bada boom. And not that that's a necessity, but it's convenient. And with how much I'm on the road, I like to have things close by. All right. And then we have got my Bic lighter, and I have big news with my Bic lighter. So Bic lighter with Gorilla Tape wrapped around it. All right, had a little neighborhood dog interruption. Yeah, so my lighter, I wrap it with Gorilla Tape. I've had this Bic lighter for a few years now, and this particular one, I'm really proud to say, I actually ran out of fluid on, which is huge. I'd never run out of fluid on Bic lighter. I usually lose them before I run out. So I was really happy to say that I have used all of the fluid in this. I'm not a smoker or anything, so I don't need a lighter regularly. Probably only use the lighter about 2, maybe 3 times a month for starting fires, burning ends of ropes, shrinking, doing electrical shrink wrap on electrical fittings, just if I'm on the road and need something repaired. That was actually the last time I remember using this. I was pulling a trailer and one of the connections got bad and broke. And so I was able to get some electrical heat shrink, and I put that across, tied everything together, and then used the lighter to shrink that on. So that's the other thing that goes in that pouch, and find it really, really useful. The Gorilla Tape wrap, also super useful. I actually use the Gorilla Tape more than I use the lighter. So the lighter is useful to hold Gorilla Tape, and it's also useful just to kind of be around. And that's everything I got. So that's what I carry in my pocket. That's some of the uses that I use for them. Thank you guys for following along and watching. And let me know what you're carrying. I love reading the comments and seeing what you guys have in your pockets. So please let me know down in the comments what you've been carrying recently, and we'll catch you on the next one.